welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Whew, I do apologize for the extended break, like half an hour more. Jesus. Oh, here we go. But here we go. We have returned. We have returned here with our second series. Of course, the first match has concluded. We wrapped up with a Futures match earlier with Future versus Maples. Likewise, Scarlet series did wrap up earlier as well. Scarlet versus Foxer. And now we're getting ready for the second round for the second set of matches. Here we go. Up next is going to be Gerald versus Mixu facing off in a best of 3. Quickly heading on over here to the bracket itself. We have been seeing some progression here. We're advancing on into that next round. Again, there was some tech issues over on the mainstream earlier, but hopefully they have been resolved. And I mean, that's always something that happens, especially when it comes to the early days and the early hours of online events. Sometimes there are some things that occur in regards to PC issues, settings as well, but as the day does progress on forward, we should be able to iron all that out and have smooth sailings from here on forward. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. With those over on the mainstream, again, shout out to both Steadfast and Pig for covering their matches there. Meanwhile, as you can see here, we're going to be focusing on Gerald versus Mixu. This will lead into Trigger in the next round in the upper bracket. Oh boy, we'll get there. We will get there. For the time being, though, we're jumping into our series. Readers are done, and game 1 is going to be on Incorporeal. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's go. And also, thank you so much, everyone, for giving us a happy partner anniversary. I'll be honest, I didn't even know. I didn't even realize until we went live today. So thank you so much. We do appreciate it. Yes, it's been many years, of course, since we've been able to stream and be partners as well. But thank you so much. Can't believe it's another year, Pappy. Another year. Crazy. But here we go. We're jumping into our fresh series and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Incorporeal. We have the Polish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss Rosane Streamer Zone. It is Gerald. As we fix up our player colors, there we go. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player. We have the Finnish Zerg representing himself, currently teamless. It is Mixu. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our ZVP. Let's go. Let us go. As we have our initial openers, Hatch, Gas, Pool, we do have the unnatural natural out of Mixu being forced to expand at the third base location. So a bit of an awkward start out of our Zerg player, but outside of that, we should be getting into some standard starts, some standard builds. Welcome to Incorporeal. Incorporeal is one of the larger maps in the map pool. We often see longer and later games on this map as well. I will say that the fourth base is a little bit more open here. As you can see, we have a wide entrance into the fourth base. We have potential for rotations over towards the third as well. But I will say, even though the fourth base is more accessible, because the third is so defensive, it's very easy and it's very common for Protoss players to fully wall off this ramp, wall off their third base, and position their armies here in between their natural and their fourth location for quick rotations, quick responses, and for stronger defenses here on 4 bases. As a result, we do often see longer and later games. This is assuming that Mixu does decide to commit and does try to go for something more aggressive and break the Protoss before they can enter the late game. That's usually how this matchup does progress. Now, what I will say is that the matchup has been shifting a little bit with the latest patch. With the change to the Baneling, it does mean that Link Bane play is much more viable, much more powerful when it comes to trying to break these positions, because the Baneling, with the extra HP, survives storms. Now, it can survive storms, it can engage, it can collapse on the High Templar, and actually break through those siege lines. So that is a big change, of course, and we'll see if Mixu does embrace that more Lingbane heavy style. Meanwhile, from the side of Gerald, he's typically very standard. You know, gates, cyber into Stargate, into expansion, into Forge and +1 is kind of what we're leaning towards here. It's very rare to see Gerald really deviate too much. He's, again, much more standard, much more vanilla in his approach, not really much of a cheesy or aggressive player. Every now and then he does decide to mix things up, but it's every now and then. Oh. There we go. Do we have a YouTube stream with this? Exclamation mark YouTube in the chat. Yes, we are live on YouTube at the same time, so if you want to check us out, YouTube is the place to be. Likewise, we're also live on Kick, and we're also live on Facebook as well. So depending on your preferred platform, we're on Twitch, we're on YouTube. We're on Kick, and we are on Facebook. We used to be on TikTok, but TikTok did actually change their policies. I think there were some people asking about, it's like, yo, we actually got a lot of viewership on TikTok as well. Like, yo, what happened to the TikTok streams? Apparently, they're limited only to gameplay, and technically, us casting isn't us playing games. So I think, I think technically we aren't allowed to stream on TikTok. So it's a smooch, happy smooch. As we're not playing the game, we're casting the game. I think it's something along those lines, which is why we can no longer stream on Twitch. Sorry, on TikTok, I meant to say. So smooch, happy smooch. Otherwise, we are going to be fanning out. We do have our natural base on the way. We're the Eva chamber here from Mixu, getting into +1 melee. All good, Sinsar, all good. All good. As again, early Eva chamber into +1 melee here into a more Ling heavy composition. This is typically into Ling Hydra, and typically Mixu should be skipping his Roach Horn. Again, +1 melee means that you typically do skip your Roaches, you do go for a more Ling Hydra heavy composition. There's the melee upgrade on the way. We could still see Mixu get a Roach Horn, but no, he does decide to get the Baneless instead, so he's going into Ling Bane. So Ling Bane, no Roaches. This tells me that he would be vulnerable to something like Glaive Adepts, but as we mentioned before, Gerald, it's very rare to see Gerald go into Glaives or rush into Charge or, again, deviate from the norm. Against standard Blink, I mean, Mixu, he should be well set up for it. Now, something that I'm noticing though, let's see if you notice, we are having Blink on the way, but where is the Forge? No Forge, no +1, we are missing upgrades here, so Gerald, I would imagine this has to be intentional. Okay, Late Forge out of Gerald's. We have, I don't know if I would even say earlier Blink, so an interesting setup here. Unfortunately, upgrades are going to be delayed, so that is a bit of a misstep here from Gerald. It tells me there's power spike, his upgrade's going to be later than usual as we build up in towards the mid game. Lings are poking in, they get eyes on the setup. Can Gerald is secure. I wonder if Gerald's still sick. Oh, true. I do recall that Gerald, he was a little bit unwell at SC for all, right? I hope he's okay. Okay. That's the Gerald. I know that it probably doesn't help that he's traveling as much as he is. I'm sure that doesn't really help when it comes to recovering. Hopefully. As nice round. Yeah, nice round. Couple of deaths do fall. So far, Mixu is keeping up. He's holding. At the same time, Temple Archives is on the way. Working towards Storm, working towards that splash damage, and it is indeed going to be Ling Bane Hydra out of Mixu. Nice round, once again catching out both of the Adepts. And Gerald, he's setting up back at home. Again, taking a more defensive stance. As we mentioned before, it is a little bit more standard here on Incorporeal to defend and to turtle up on 4 bases. We have cannons on the way, more SimCity, more pylons. And Gerald will soon try to expand. Meanwhile, from the side of Mixu, do you notice something? We have the 4th base. We're not droning. These were transferred workers, and okay, there we go. We have 2 more drones on the way. We have some slight droning here from Mixu. He's at 66. That is 3 base saturation. He's working on those upgrades. It's only 2 drones, by the way, so this still looks very committed on 3 bases. Oracles, they dip in. They get 3 more drone kills. As we just did transfer. Okay. But 9 drones. Okay, 9, 10 drones on the way. So Mixu, he finally does start droning up. The drones are a little bit more delayed, but he is macroing up into a longer game. He's not going all in. That's what's important. So Mixu, he's not all in. Well, Lings that get caught out. Mixu going for a massive Ling round. Why the wall is solid. The wall is solid. So far, so good. Lings, they attempt this around. There's the first storm. Oh, does catch more High Templar though. Yeah, bit of miscontrol, and 1, 2 High Templar go down. Very nice snipes here from Mixu. Takes down 2 Templar for only Lings. So he's moving in. That's pushing forward. Here comes Gerald's counterattack. How many storms does Gerald have though? Yeah, not many. Also, I think I said 2. Only 1 High Templar went down. 1 barely survived. On 1 HP. The 1 HP Templar. He's crazy, man. He's crazy. Ay, ay, ay. But without storms, Gerald, he can't really be active on the map, so he's staying at home, turtling up, cannons on the way, shield batteries on the way. As I mentioned before at the start of the game on Incorporeal, it's common to turtle up like this. Mixu, meanwhile, is committing. What do we have? No further tech. So he's maxing out. He's on 78 workers. He's on 5 bases. That is true, but he has no intention of taking up into Hive or Lurkers. It's purely Lingbane Hydra. So pure Lingbane Hydra. It's a lair tech all in. No Hive, no spellcasters, no Lurkers, no nothing else. This is meant to kill. This is meant to kill. Oh. Meant to kill so far, going to be zoned away. Baneling's speed is nowhere near finishing. That's a bit of an oversight. And no Baneling speed. 2 more storms. High Templar exposed. Ooh, Templar goes down. Gets 1, but there's still more storms available. And I believe that was the final storm. Massive storm though. He stands in it. He stands in the storms, and Mixu, he will lose everything. Ay, ay, ay. The storms are brutal. Gerald, he does defend. He shuts down the all-in, and Mixu, he's falling further behind here. Again, as we mentioned, like Mixu, he has no tech. He's not really set up for a longer game. And we have Skytoss on the way for Gerald. Stargate, Fleet Beacon, getting ready for Skytoss, getting ready for Tempest, for carriers. And the reality is, Gerald doesn't have to push. He could. Like, right now, Mixu's vulnerable. Mixu, he is vulnerable to a counterattack. But Gerald, if he wants to, he can just chill at home and max out with Skytoss. He's fine back. Just moving in on the left. They do force a cancellation, denying the 5th. More Lingbane rolling in. Oh, a bit of a late storm. Bailey's out. Can they get in? Not quite. Barely not. Whew. Gerald, he's holding. He's defending. Catching out more Hydras. That's 3, 4, 5 more Hydras going down. Brutal losses. That's a 30 throughout the course of the last couple of moments. Jesus. I thought the past 2 minutes, I should say. And now we have late tech, and now we have infestation bits, lurker den, eventual hive tech. Mixu, he's forced to tech up like this, but Tempest production's already begun, right? Usually, typically in ZVP, there's typically a window in time where the Zerg player, if they play macro, has lurkers before Skytoss. Here, they're gonna have lurkers after Skytoss. Like, there's no window there. There's no power spike for Mixu. Now, it's not all doom and gloom. If Mixu can somehow pull off a Baneling run by. I mean, the problem here is this. We have there's 5 cannons, there's 2 shield batteries. If Mixu can pull off like Baneling drops, Baneling run bys, if he can get some economic damage and slow down Gerald, then maybe Mixu can recover. Or if he can find a really good fight. There's a chance where if he can get on top of the High Templar, if he can collapse on the army, if Gerald's not paying attention, or if its attention is split elsewhere, then Mixu can try to take a better fight. But Mixu, he is relying on Gerald to make mistakes. He's relying on mistakes here. As Gerald, he's on 93 probes. He's 93 probes. That's a lot of probes. Storm on the Hydra. Oh, God. The Hydra, they eat the storms. Brutal, Pappy. Oh, God. Storms do connect. Now we have our first 2 lurkers of the game. Let's go. At 12 minutes. We have our first 2. Sorry, we have, I believe that's our first 4 lurkers. Up, down to 3, down to 2. Never mind. Never mind. Tempest are revealed. Cellar Rambai is going to be cleaned up. Thankfully for Mixu. Cleans up the Zealots. And Gerald's pushing right through the center. He had a fever the day of the finals for SE for all. Ah, no. Smarriage, practice marriage. And hopefully he's okay. Like, thankfully it's been a couple of days. Hope he's been looking after himself. I mean, I may just ask him after the series. I'll reach out. Storm does zone. So far, again, Gerald, he's holding his own. He's slowly refining his army, building up more Tempest, getting to +1 air attack. I will say that this is a little bit late. I mean, look at Gerald's bank. He's got 3k, 1k in the bank. We could have afforded these upgrades a little bit sooner here. So you could argue that Gerald could have been a little bit greedier in his tech. Likewise, we're lacking Archons. The higher probe count here is hurting Gerald. Storms do zone away. But hey, Mixu, he is slowly refining that army. He's getting into Infestors, Corruptors. Does still take some massive storms to the face. Oh, God. Catching out another Infestor. One left. Better trades for Gerald. Much better for the Protoss. On the one hand, I would say that Gerald definitely could have been more greedy here with even a third Stargate, second Cyber Core, double upgrades at a time. But despite that, he's still taking better fights. Like, he's still out trading his opponent. Still in a good position. Rotates, snipes the expansion. Does he try to recall back? Does he keep pushing even? Hatchery goes down. Mixu's trying to respond. He has 2 lurkers. Okay. He's got 2, Pat. Oof. Hydra's a lunge into the storms. Oh no! And every Hydra's gonna go down. No shot. Not like this. Mixu, calm down, baby. Calm down. Ah. Again, the storms, they're still brutal. They're still terrifying. Like, they respect the storms, happy, respect them. As Mixu does lose his entire Hydra army. Now rebuilding, 14 Hydras on the way. Corruptors, they get 1 Tempest. 1 Tempest goes down. We attempt a Lurker counterattack. Interesting. This is an expensive counterattack, by the way. An expensive run by. 2 Lurkers going to be going down. The Corruptors are coming from behind. They get the Mothership. The Mothership does go down. Massive storms. Storms from the army. 1 Tempest falls. Corruptors, they're going ham. They're going to get more Tempest. And Stalkers, they're out of position. No support for the Tempest, and every Tempest will fall. Nice catching from Mixu. Oh, God. Running through the storms. And again, this is where the composition is hurting Gerald. We did mention earlier where the Archons, right? Like, the ideal supportive unit here for the Tempest are Storm, Archons, and Stalkers as well. But one of the reasons why there are no Archons is the high probe counts. Like, the high probe count is hurting Gerald. His army is that much smaller. We gotta make room, Pat. We gotta make room. I mean, it's fine if moments like this happen, where there's 1 Corruptor left. Nice Zealot run by, gets into the mineral line. I mean, again, Gerald is still very comfortable. I should emphasize that, yes, there are definitely like some more efficient moves that Gerald could be going for, but he's still perfectly fine. Like, kills the base, still has a massive bank. Mixu is struggling to max out. Mixu does keep pushing towards top right. We do see Gerald coming in from behind. He wants this army. He wants the Lunkers. There's going to be 3. 4. There's going to be 4 Lurkers. And they're going to be thrown away. Cannons, thankfully, are depowered. Stalkers are coming in. Where's the detection? Oh, where is the detection? Oh, no. Gerald is out of position. Hydras, they move in. To move in, still 0 detection. No observers, no oracles. I mean, the oracle's on the way. Yeah, messy defense here by Gerald. Very messy. But again, he still has a bank, and Mixu does not. Mixu is running out of money, running out of steam. A massive storm here once again on the Hydras and the Queens as well. Oof. And Mixu, despite having a high worker count, you can see here, no saturation, right? There's 1 patch towards the left, there's 4 patches on the right. GG gets called as Mixu, he runs out of money, he runs out of steam, and Gerald will take game number 1. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Again, a very, I would say, relatively comfortable game there for Gerald. As we mentioned previously, the big deciding moment was when Gerald defended his 4th base, when he was able to absorb the massive Hydra commitment. And remember, Mixu, he was borderline all-in. He did commit on a 4-base saturation mass Lingbane Hydra. He refused to take up any further until the all-in failed, right? Until the push did fail, and by then he did fall behind. He needed to recover, and he never quite got there. He was able to max out, yes, but one max out army is not quite the same as the other. The soup can lie, papi. The soup can lie. Often does. So Mixu was struggling to kind of regain control, and he had some nice moments, right? Like catching the Mothership, catching the Tempest, catching Gerald out of position like 1 or 2 times, but overall he was just still too far behind. GG. GG, well played, and now we're getting into our next game. We're getting into game number 2, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner. Oh, that's un momento. There we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ley Lines, we have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss himself. We have the red Protoss from the land of Poland, representing Streamer Zone, leading the series 1-0. It is Gerald. And the spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the teal Zerg player, the teal Zerg from the land of Finland. It is Mixu. Here we go. Vámonos, papi, vámonos. And for those of you in the chat, thank you so much, papi, thank you so much, the StarCraft historian, for gifting a sub to the community. Thank you, papi, thank you so much for the support. We do appreciate it. Hope you had a great SC for all. Hope you had a great time. Again, the StarCraft historian, of course, he was the big name behind the new kind of the new face and the new collaboration and the new tournaments, merging together the power of SC historian with Cheesedelphia as well, coming together for SC for all. It was a great tournament, a fun tournament as well, bringing together StarCraft 2, Brood War, and StarCraft 64 as well, and it just led to a really intense kind of period for NA StarCraft. We spoke about this earlier, but the beginning of the week, the beginning of the month, was the event happening in the Americas, and then bam, from one right into the other. A lot of players in this tournament, actually, they flew from the Americas, from that tournament to now another event here in Canada as well. So back-to-back tournaments, back-to-back NA StarCraft. Let's go, baby, let's go. Yeah. The marathon of NA StarCraft. Crazy, baby, crazy. And of course, thankfully, you know, the schedule did allow for players to travel to both. The schedule did allow for both to exist next to each other. You know, maybe even next year, more collaboration. I mean, maybe. We'll see, Pat. We'll see. NA StarCraft events working together is always a good thing. Always a good thing. For now, though, we're settling in. We do see Gerald going for, once again, a Stargate opener. Meanwhile, Mixu going for his own hatch gas pool. Standard opener out of Mixu, setting up for his own 3rd base eventually as well. Everything so far is looking normal, and welcome one more to Ley Lines. Now, when it comes to Ley Lines, we spoke earlier about Incorporeal, about how it's a little bit easier to defend, to turtle up on 4 bases as a Protoss player, and we saw that come to pass, right? We saw that validated, talking about how you can rely on site defense at your 3rd base and your main army is typically in position at your 4th. Now here on Ley Lines, it is a little bit different. I will say that this map is a little bit less defendable. All-ins are more successful here on Ley Lines, so if Mixu wants to go for the same style, I would say that it's going to be more successful here coming into game 2. The problem though is, do you want to play that same style 2 games in a row? Typically in a series, especially at this level, you don't want to be too predictable, right? You don't want to be predictable, you don't want your opponent to hard counter you and just assume your play and be able to predict you as well. So the pressure is on Mixu. Pressure is on. 3rd base is now being taken. As a reminder, last game Mixu did open up with the early Evo Chamber, +1 melee into Lingbane Hydra. We'll see if he does the same. We'll see if he goes into Roaches this time. Oh. Let's say shade in, they get 1. They get one, they get two. Two drones going down. Not back, and we get three. Oh, not quite. Two drones for two adepts. I would say a better trade for Mixu here, an even trade. I mean, ideally you do lose nothing, but he's able to have the one-to-one trade. At the same time, Oracle dips in, gets two more, three more drones, 5 in total. Nice moves out of Gerald. Does pull away, gets another drone. Oh god. Gets another worker. Calm down, calm down. Calm down. Had a blast, man. Thank you for covering it. Always, man. Always there for NA StarCraft. I mean, it's kind of weird, but for whatever reason, we have our own ties with Latin American StarCraft, with North American StarCraft as well. Despite the fact that it is not the best time zone for us. It is it's almost 7 a.m. in the morning. It's but you know, the Ducklings, we have our own history with NA StarCraft, with like the NA Apprentice events, with Spicy Team League back in the day, with Cheesedelphia, of course, as well, with our NA roster, with Miguelito, with Vindicta, with Dolan, with Patty Mac, our NA boys. We're always there. Always make time. Siempre, papi, siempre. Now though, another three. Another 3 drones. And this time, Roachwarren. Okay, Mixu is mixing it up. Remember, we spoke about it last game. We did have early Evo Chamber into +1 melee, into Ling Bane Hydra. This time, no Evo Chamber into Roachwarren, into what looks to be a more Roach heavy composition instead. Now, I say what looks to be more Roach heavy. Technically, we could be cheeky here, take gases, and go for a Spire. I don't think this is the best map for Mu to play. I do prefer larger maps like Maganatha or Tokamak, where you can get away with that play a little bit easier here. Oh, we're going for an all-in. Let's go, Bobby, let's go. The lair is done. Some gases are taken. We don't take all 6. Only 5 gases are being taken. We have Roach Speed on the way, Overlord Speed, getting ready for Drop Lords, getting ready for a German taxi. So it is going to be a 3-base all-in out of Mixu. He's going to commit, he's going to double down. Oh, does lose the queen already. Remember, these queens are meant to go across the map. We can't lose them this quickly here. The queens are important. The Death Trust on the right-hand side. And does Gerald notice the fact that there's 0 saturation? Does he notice again? 0 drones here at the 4th base. The all-in is coming. Massing up more Lings, more Roaches. Back at home, what do we have? Yep, he's getting pylons at least. Getting pylons, he's reinforcing. Gerald is being very proactive here, but this looks like a bit of a misread. Like, you do want to delay the push, that's true, but he has everything across the map. And here come the Lings. Nice, very nice Stasis. Stasis goes off. And remember, the longer this goes on, the better it's going to be for Mixu. But the lack of side defense tells us that it feels like he doesn't realize what's happening. So I meant to say, the longer this goes on, better it is for Gerald. I did misspeak. Another Stasis. But again, Gerald, he looks woefully underprepared back at home. He needs more warp-ins. Whilst they do connect, they get one of the Stalkers, not bad. Nice kiting here, does kite back. Ooh, Link splashing on the Stalkers. Remember, there's no shield batteries, there's no cannons. Despite that, he's microing well, going for another warp-in. And can Gerald hold on with the bare minimum? Ooh, files do miss. Queens are being targeted. But the Stalkers are so very low, and Mixu, he may have just done it here. Oh, there's a shield battery. Shield battery finishes. Ravager goes down. Did 0 probes die? What just happened? GG! GG, well played. 0 economic damage despite 0 shield battery, 0 cannons, crazy blink control. Again, with the bare minimum to defend. Gerald, he shuts down the all-in. GG. Crazy. GG, well played. The pants were down. Didn't matter, Pappy. Didn't. GG, well played. Impressive defense there by Gerald. Again, it did look like he wasn't fully aware of how committed Mixu was, but he was microing his heart out, ensuring he was dodging as many passes as he could, kiting back those Stalkers, incorporating those Oracles, sniping the Queens, and of course warping in the Zealots as quickly as he could. GG, well played. A very clutch hold, as Gerald will claim the series 2-0. Whew, GG. GG, well played. And with that, congratulations here to Gerald. He will claim it. And my condolences to Mixu here. I mean, Gerald, oh, actually, did want to reach out, but he's in game at the moment. I think he's looking at the replay. I think, yeah, Gerald, he's checking the replay. He's like, oh my god, what just happened? He himself doesn't know, Pappy. Oh my god, is double checking. But again, if you're a fan of Mixu, of course, do not fret. Mixu, he is still in the tournament. Thankfully, it is double elimination, right? Thankfully, it is double elimination. So Mixu does have another life, of course. You can always bring it back from the lower bracket. Otherwise, Gerald does advance on to the next round, and we have some updates. Let's go. Let's head on over here. Exclamation mark, be in the chat to have a look at the back yourselves. As Lambo versus Harsem is still ongoing. Okay. And again, that's over on the mainstream. Over on the mainstream. There we go. Okay, from the top here, we have Lambo and Harsem. You can see Lambo is up 1-0. I believe they're currently in game 2 over on the mainstream. The winner goes up against Zaun in the next round. Meanwhile, Future versus Maples. Future is up against Clem in the next round. We'll be getting into those matches momentarily. Don't you worry. First, we're wrapping up the first upper bracket round, and then we'll be heading into the upper bracket quarterfinals. Meanwhile, Scarlet took down a Foxtrot. Scarlet's going to be up against Björn in the next round. Gerald takes down Mixu, and Gerald, he's up against Trigger in the next round as well. Aye, here we go. I also do need to update the lower bracket. I'll get around to it. I'll get there, man. I'll get there. Aye. Un momento. We have Mixu. We have Foxer. There he is, and we have Maples. Beautiful. Just updated. So you can see the lower bracket has been updated. You can see Mixu, Foxer, and Maples. That all three of them are down there in the lower bracket, still waiting for their next opponents, still lying in wait. We'll get there. We will get there later on in the broadcast. As I have a bit of downtime. Have a little bit of downtime. And also, when it comes to what we're going to be covering next on stream, we do just now have an update. Up next, we are going to be following a Future, the NA Hope, sorry, the American Hope, I should emphasize. The American Hope is going to be going up against Clem in that PvT. That's going to be a short series. That's oh god. So one moment here. I believe the players are getting ready as we speak, and there is quite a bit to discuss in regards to that next matchup. Un momento. Man, okay. So as you can see just under me here, we have Clem versus Future. Now, Clem, of course, he does avoid TvT. He's going to be playing Protoss in that next matchup. PvT is going to be coming up next on the channel. And Future is a very aggressive player. He very rarely plays macro in TvP. Very rarely. We often see a lot of proxies, a lot of cheese, a lot of all-ins. And Clem, he's an amazing player. He's one of the best Protoss players in the world. That is true. But if you're not really familiar with Future, if you don't know how he plays, if you don't know him personally, and I don't know if Clem is aware, to be fair, they did live together in Korea. True. So I'm sure they're somewhat familiar. We'll see how Clem compares to Future, and we'll see if he can survive the shenanigans that Future brings to the table. For those who remember, it was last year. It was last year in the lead up to the EWC that Clem won, actually, in 2024, where Clem was in Korea, and Clem, they had like an impromptu team house. They rented an Airbnb house in Korea with Clem, with Trigger, with Estrella, and with Future. Basically, we had all the NA boys from the Americas and from Canada as well, of course, with Trigger. They're all living together. I think Zane was with them as well. I think Zane, I think it was also alongside them, and they were there to practice, to improve, to get ready for EWC, and it led into Clem, of course, becoming the EWC champion, the world champion for 2024. So it was a big momentous occasion, of course, but Future was a part of that preparation for Clem. So they have that history with each other, they have that experience, and we'll see how that comes to a head here in this series. Let's go. Just catching up in the chat. Showing off those boxer and briefs in Ottawa. No. Put the pants back up, Gerald. Ay. Gerald. You weren't follow StarCraft historian. Ay. Wait, do cannons lose detection if shut down? Yes, yes. They require to be powered to actually give detection. Gerald could style with mass carrier. He could. Like, mass carrier is usually inefficient, but if you're far ahead, you can pull that off. You can pull that off. So I was just catching up. Also, thank you so much for the happy anniversaries in the chat. Thank you. We do appreciate it. Gracias. But otherwise, it looks like we have some downtime. The players will need some time to get ready for us, of course, so we're gonna have a break. I don't know how long the break is gonna last, so I have no updates there, but soon TM. Once the players are ready, then we'll be jumping into that PvT. So we'll see you soon after the break. If you are unsatiated, if you want some more StarCraft, then open up like multi-Twitch, open up another tab. The main stream is also live at the moment with Lambert versus Hearthstone. They're in game 2. They're currently in game 2. Ideally, that goes all the way to game 3. Ideally, we want an ace match, but the pressure right now is on Hearthstone. The pressure's on the captain, papi, the captain. El Capitan. Texas will win no matter what. True. Always. For now, though, again, we're going to be going on a break, and we'll see you guys soon after said break. See you soon.